उपविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नः अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं गुरुं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञाभक्तिविनीतयः दीप्तिश्चाविवृता नित्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहम् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Which one do we start? 68. अमितमुदमृतं मुहुर्दुहन्तीं विमलभवत्पदगोष्ठमावसन्तीं सदय पशुपते सुपुण्यपाकां मम परिपालय भक्तिधेनुमेकाम् जगता पशुता कलङ्किता कुटिलचरत्वञ्च नास्ति मयि देव अस्ति यदि राजमौले भवदाभरणस्य नास्मि किं पात्रम् अर्हसि रहसि स्वतन्त्रबुद्ध्या परिवसितुं सुलभः प्रसन्नमूर्तिः अगणितफलदायकः प्रभुर्मे जगदधिको हृदि राजशेखरोऽस्ति आरूढभक्तिगुणकुञ्चितभावचापयुक्तैः शिवस्मरणबाणगणैरमोघैः निर्जित्य किल्बिषरिपून् विजयी सुधीन्द्रः सानन्दमावहति सुस्थिरराजलक्ष्मीम् ध्यानाञ्जनेन समवेक्ष्य तमः प्रदेशम् जित्वा महाबलिभिरीश्वरनाममन्त्रैः दिव्याश्रितं भुजगभूषणमुद्वहन्ति ये पादपद्ममिहते शिवते कृतार्थाः. So we completed the discussion on 72. 73 we started, there was a disruption. So let us start. भूदारतामुदवहद्यदपेक्षया श्री भूदारतामुदवहद्यदपेक्षया श्री भूदारतामुदवहद्यदपेक्षया श्री भूदारयेव किमतः सुमते लभस्व भूदारयेव किमतः सुमते लभस्व भूदारयेव किमतः सुमते लभस्व केदारमाकलितमुक्तिमहौषधीनाम् 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 पादारविन्दभजनं परमेश्वरस्य पादारविन्दभजनं परमेश्वरस्य पादारविन्दभजनं परमेश्वरस्य भूदारताम् उदवहद्यदपेक्षया श्री भूदारयेव. So this verse is in Vasanta Tilaka meter, okay? 14 syllables per quarter. Now you see, for the past few verses there has been a lot of alliteration, prasa as we call it. In this verse, if you see, Bhudara is the beginning of the first quarter. Then again, second quarter, Bhudara comes. Then the third quarter, Kedara comes. Fourth quarter, Padara comes. So this is how beautifully he has integrated alliteration in this. Bhudara. The first Bhudara means something else. Second Bhudara is a part of a compound. In fact, one should not split the first and the second pada. Shri Bhudara. So actually 14 syllables end with Shri. So therefore I broke it, okay, for convenience in reading. Bhudaratam udavahadyadapekshaya Shri Bhudarayeva kimatas sumate labhasva. Here the verb that we find in the verse is labhasva. Labhasva means prapnuhi. May you get, is what it means. May you get. May you get what? A certain inclination towards Padaravinda of Parameshwara. Padaravinda bhajanam labhasva. This is how we can understand it. Okay. Padaravinda bhajanam labhasva. Whom is this person addressing? He is addressing his own mind. He Sumate. He Sumate. Sumatihi. So you are, see, basically we may have to give at various points of time certain suggestion to our own mind. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? Similarly, so he says, He Sumate. So it is like addressing a book. Sir, you aren't a good boy. Okay. So similarly, you aren't a good mind. Why don't you do this? Okay. Similarly, He Sumate. Okay. This is like a auto suggestion. Sumate Padaravinda Bhajanam Labhasva. So this is what he says. Parameshwarasya Padaravinda Bhajanam. Okay. So this much is clear. There are certain very interesting features which are described in this verse. The first word, Bhudaratam Udavahat. Why are you saying Padaravinda Bhajanam Labhasva? He says, even great people like Mahavishnu have went in search of that Padaravinda. How did Mahavishnu go? There is no word which is very familiar through which you can make Mahavishnu here. Where is the word here? So there he uses this compound Shri Bhudaraha. How do we understand this? Shri Bhudara. Shrischa Bhuscha Shri Bhuvau. Mahavishnu is supposed to have two patnis. One is Shri, the other is Bhu. Okay. So Shri is Lakshmi, Bhu is Prithvi. Okay. Shri Bhudara. Shri Bhuminayaka is also sometimes people use. Shrischa Bhuscha Shri Bhuvau. Okay. Te Daraha Yasya. So this is how one has to understand the Vigraha of that word. For whom Shri and Bhu are Daras. Daraha means wife. So Shri Bhudaraha refers to Mahavishnu. Now he says Shri Bhudaraha. What did this Mahavishnu do? So he says Bhudaratam Udavahat. Mahavishnu himself took the form of a boar, hog. Where is the word for hog? That is Bhudara. The word Bhudara that you find at the beginning of the verse refers to the hog. How does it refer to hog? Bhuvam Drinati. See, Dru, the verb Dru means Vidaranam, Khananam. Okay. So you would have seen big hogs and boars, they will keep on digging the earth. So with their horn, so they will be very powerful horn. With that they will keep digging the earth. So they will try to split. So Shri Bhudaraha refers to Mahavishnu. The first word Bhudara refers to the boar. Bhudarata means Tasya Bhavaha, like Gotvam, Gota. Okay. Bhudaratam Udavahat. Udavahat means as an avatara, he chose to become Bhudara. See, we have the avatars, no? Matsya, Kurma, Varaha. See, this Varaha avatara, so you might have seen, see, the boar lifting the Prithvi. So here, Bhudaratam Udavahat, the one who took the form of the boar. Now, this avatara is not being referred to here, okay? But some other episode is recalled here. So even in one of the earlier verses we were referring to this episode. So here the episode that is being recounted by Bhagavad Pada is, so once upon a time, so Parameshwara took a huge form, really huge form. And then Mahavishnu and Brahma, they took the form of Varaha and Hamsa. Mahavishnu took the form of Bhudara and Brahma took the form of Hamsa. So he went up and then he said, I will go and see the top of the head. So Mahavishnu said, I will go down and then see the foot. So this is the episode that is being kept in mind. Bhudaratam Udavahat. So because Padaravinda Bhajanam is what we find here. So in the form of Bhudara, Shri Bhudara went to find out the Padaravinda. Okay. So this is what is kept in mind while composing this verse. Bhudaratam Udavahat. Even that great Mahavishnu took the form of Bhudara. Udavahat Yadapekshaya. The Yad Shabda here refers to this Padaravinda. Yadapekshaya, in search of the Padaravinda. Yadapekshaya Shri Bhudarayeva. Shri Bhudarayeva. Even the great Mahavishnu took the form of a boar to see your Padaravinda. What to speak of normal people like us. So that is the idea here. Shri Bhudarayeva Kim Ataha Sumate Labhasva. The word Kim here is used in the sense of Saha Grihitavanna Kim. That is how we have to understand. It is such a familiar episode. Isn't it that Mahavishnu himself took the form of Bhudara in order to see your Padaravinda? Okay, so that is the sense in which Kim has to be understood. Bhudaratam Udavahat Yadapekshaya Shri Bhudarayeva Kim Ataha. Ataha means therefore. So therefore means even if Mahavishnu had taken, Hey Sumate, why don't you do that? See? Ataha Sumate Labhasva. Labhasva. Kim Labhasva? Padaravinda Bhajanam Labhasva. May you develop a certain attitude to worship the lotus feet of Parameshwara. Now, in the third quarter, Kedara Makalita Mukti Mahaushadhinam. Kedaram Akalita Mukti Mahaushadhinam. So this is how we have to understand. This is another description, a beautiful poetic description of the Padaravinda. Okay. So Akalita Mukti Mahaushadhinam Kedaram. Now there is a lot of pun here intended. Okay. This Oshadhi refers to Oshadhi. What does it mean?
Medicine.
Some medicinal herbs, etc. plants. Okay. Now they will be planted in a particular area okay, for them to grow, and that particular area will be watered and maintained properly. So this word Kedara, where have you heard Kedara? You have Kedarnath. So you have the word Kedarnath. Okay, in fact somebody wrote that he is doing Char Dham Yatra. This Kedarnath. So Kedaranatha means Kedarasya Natha. Kedarasya Natha, Kedaranatha. That is how we have to understand. So Kedarasya Natha, suppose you want to refer to that Kedaranath is a location where you go and worship Shiva. So that Lord is called Kedarnath. Right? So Kedarasya Natha, you can see. Like Kailasanatha, Vaikunthanatha, Kedaranatha. So Kedara you can use in that sense also. There the word Kedaranatha, suppose you want to say, it has to refer to the peak of the mountain. Okay. Ke Shikhare Daraha. That is how we have to understand. Ke means Shikhara. Okay. So at the top. Okay. So there Dara means some splitting. So it is, we know that there will be continuously some splitting will happen and the stones will keep rolling. I think that is how they could have thought of naming the place as Kedara. This is my suspicion. Okay. So Kedara. So there you have heard. The other word, so you can also interpret this as Kedarascha so Nathascha. Suppose you do. What will happen? There K means K Shikhare Daraha. Daraha means Patni. So Shiva has a Patni. Who? Ganga. Ganga in the head. Then also you can use the word Kedara. So it can refer to Shiva also. Kedara. But here Kedaram. So those meanings will not fit. So Kedaram has to be understood as a specific bhumi. Okay, specific bhumi, specific piece of land. A specific piece of land where water is stored, or rather a piece of land which can hold water. Okay. So that is what we call as normally field. A field. So here Kedaram Akalita Mukti Mahaushadhinam. So Mahaushadhi means some precious. So precious herbal plants, let us assume. So Mahaushadhinam Kedaram. So this will be nourishing that. Now what is the Mahaushadhi? This Mahaushadhi, see why I said that there is a pun here. See this Mukti Mahaushadhinam. Suppose you consider, see, there are 4 types of muktis that we saw. You remember? See, Salokyam, Sarupyam, Sayujyam, Samipyam. So earlier, right in the beginning, Salokyam Chachara Charatmakatanu Dhyane Bhavani Pate Sayujyam Mama Siddhamatra Bhavatu Sarupyam Tava Pujane Shiva Mahadeve eti sankirtane Samihipyam Shiva Bhakti Dhurya Janata Sangatya Sambhashane. So we had 4 kinds of muktis. So freedom from here, Sarupyam, Samipyam, Salokyam, ultimately Salichya. So these kinds of muktis, all of them can be considered as mukti at some level. If you can just think of Parameshwara for a few minutes, at least for a few seconds, that itself is a great mukti. So if you go and spend a Shivaratri nicely somewhere, that itself is a mukti. That's why people go, see, the yatra also they do. So they relieve themselves from the work. And muktim prapya, tatkalikim muktim prapya. They go to various religious places and then they will come back. So this Sivanandalahari class can also be considered as a mukti. So from certain other things, so we can dwell on the beauty of the Sivanandalahari. Now, this mukti mahaushadhina, here there is a rupaka. This muktihi eva mahaushadhihi. So as the herbal plants will be benefited by reaching the Kedara. See, the Kedara is the locus for this. And those who seek mukti, so here this Kedaram is Padaravinda Bhajanam. Okay? So this Padaravinda Bhajanam itself is Kedaram for those who seek mukti. As the normal Kedaram is for just for them to beautifully grow. This mahaushadhi, for them to grow, they need a field. If you put them in the field, so they will cherish and then blossom. Okay? It's fully blossom. So similarly, those who seek mukti should go and sow themselves into the Padaravinda Bhajanam. Understand? So that is what he is trying to say. This is how the Rupaka here is. Very beautiful verse. Bhudaratam Bhudavahat Yadapekshaya Shri. So the first Bhudara refers to Varaha. It is also called Shukara. Right? Shukara. Shunaka Shukara Kharaha. Is it the verse? Have you heard? I'll tell you. It's an interesting verse. I repeat. Khadate modate nityam.
Khadate modate nityam.
This is Subhashita. Very beautiful.
Khadate modate nityam.
Shunaka shukara kharaha.
Shunaka shukara kharaha. Shunaka shukara kharaha.
Teshamesham ko visheshaha. Teshamesham ko visheshaha.
Teshamesham ko visheshaha.
Vrittiryesham tu tadrishi. Vrittiryesham tu tadrishi. Vrittiryesham tu tadrishi. What does he say? Khadate modate nityam. He lists 3 elements. What are they? Shunakaha,
Shukaraha, Kharaha.
Kharaha. See, Shunakaha is dog. Shukaraha is hog. Kharaha is donkey. Kharaha means donkey. So Khadate, Modate, Nityam. So all of them, so they just keep Khadate, they keep eating. Sometimes you can see the pigs always, they will never lift their mouth, okay, from the ditch water. I have observed them. Okay, Khadate and Modate. So Nityam Modate. So with reference to human beings, so the Khadate should be taken as not necessarily the activity of mouth, activity of all other sense organs. Okay. Khadate, he keeps on feeding the ears. Khadate modate nityam. shunakashukara kharaha. Tesham esham ko visheshaha. Yesham means these human beings. So tesham mriganam, yesham manushyanam cha ko visheshaha asti. Ko visheshaha asti, if this fellow also only does those things. Yesham vrittistu tadrishi. Tadrishi means only engaging in this, okay, sensual pleasures and keep on feeding. So if you spend all your time like that, okay, like shunaka shukara kharaha, then tesham esham ko vishesha. There is nothing. So that is the message that he tries to convey. So you may have to utilize, your time, your resources, and whatever that you possess, for the benefit of others, not only khadate modate. Many people have some resources. They feel that should be utilized only for khadate and modate. Not for others. So then tesham esham ko vishesha. How is it? Shunaka shukara khara. So shukara is shukaraha, varahaha, bhudaraha. So all of them refer to hog. In fact, the word shukara also has a very interesting derivation. Shukaraha means shukam rati. Shuka basically refers to some spikes. Okay, if you see the hog, the hair will be like spikes. It will be short and thick. Okay, so that is how the words are formed like that. Okay, convey slightly different things. Okay, so now bhudaratam udavahat yadapekshaya. Yadapekshaya means yasya padaravindasya darshanapekshaya. That is how we have to understand. Okay, yadapekshaya. Who took this? Shri Bhudarayeva Kim Ataha Sumate Labhasva Kedara Magalita Mukti Mahaushadhinam Padaravinda Bhajanam Parameshwarasya. Read. Bhudaratam udavahadyadapekshaya Shri Bhudarayeva kimatas sumate labhasva Kedaramakalita mukti mahaushadhinam Padaravinda bhajanam parameshwarasya. Let us read the next one. Asha Pashak Klesha Durvasanadi. Asha Pashak Klesha Durvasanadi. Asha Pashak Klesha Durvasanadi. Bhedodyuktair divyagandhair amandaihi. Bhedodyuktair divyagandhair amandaihi. Bhedodyuktair divyagandhair amandaihi. Asha shatikasya padaravindam. Asha shatikasya padaravindam. Asha shatikasya padaravindam. Chetaf pedim vasitam me tanotu. Chetaf pedim vasitam me tanotu. Chetaf pedim vasitam me tanotu. Also a very short verse, very beautiful. Here again you see the first half begins with Asha and the second half also begins with Asha. So Asha Pasha, here he says Asha Shati. The word Asha in these cases also have slightly different meanings. They are completely different in fact, I'll tell you. Asha Pasha Klesha Durvasanadi Bhedodyuktaihi. Up to that is one word actually. Asha Pasha क्लेश दुर्वासनादि भेदोद्युक्तैः दिव्यगन्धैः अमन्दैः आशाशाटीकस्य पादारविन्दं चेतः पीठीं वासितां मे तनोतु. The four words with which you can get the essence of the verse is Tanotu is the Kriyapada. Me Chetaf Petim Vasitam Tanotu. That's all. The fourth quarter of the verse says Chetaf Peti is again a certain metaphor. Chetaha means one's own Hridaya. Okay. Peti means box. Okay. This is also called Manjusha in Sanskrit. Chetaf Peti. Okay. So this box in the form of my own mind. Okay. So let that make it fragrant. Vasitam tanotu. Okay. May it make the peti fragrant. What should make the peti fragrant? Padaravindam. Okay. Padaravindam. Aravinda is lotus. Kasya padaravindam? He says, Asha shati kasya. Bhagavad Pada somehow brilliantly brought all the nice poetic features here. So, Asha shati. Shati means vastram. Okay. Shati means vastram. So, Asha shati. Asha eva shati yasya saha asha shati. Okay. Asha shati kaha, in fact, here he has used bahuri kapratyaya. Okay. Asha shati yasya saha asha shati kaha. Okay. So, asha shati kaha is referring to one of the descriptions of Parameshwara, which is Digambara. You know Digambara? Digambara, some Jains are called Digambaras. Why are they called Digambaras? Because Dik eva ambara, like Pitambara. Dik means direction, which essentially means they don't have anything to cover. Okay, so this is what it means. Parameshwara is also called Digambara. This word Asha refers to Dik. I'll give you one familiar example. So some of you would definitely be knowing Vishnu Sahasranama. In the Vishnu Sahasranama, at the beginning there is a Dhyana Sloka. There it goes, Bhuf Padu Yasya Nabhihi Vyadasuranilas Chandra Suryau Chanetre Karnavasha Shirodyauhu. There the word Ashaha comes. Karnau Ashaha. So it is a description of Vishnu in the Virat Rupa. Bhuf Padau Yasya Nabhihi Vyat. So that is how he describes Virat Rupa Vishnu. Bhuf Padu Yasya Nabhir Vyad Asuranilaha. Asuhu Anilaha means his prana is Anila itself. Chandra Suryau Chanetre Karna Vashaha. There the word Asha refers to Dik. Okay, so many of you would have heard this Vishnu Sahasranama. So here it is in that sense the word Asha is used. Asha shati kaha. Asha shati kaha. Okay. The word Asha in the second half of the verse beginning refers to Dik. Asha eva shati yasya saha asha shati kaha digambaraha parameshwaraha Tasya padaravindam. Asha shatikasya padaravindam. So padau eva aravindam. The lotus feet of Parameshwara, may it reside in my own mind. This is what he wants to say. But poetically he says, let the lotus in the form of feet of Parameshwara, so let the lotus in the form of feet of Parameshwara make the box of my mind fragrant. So that is what he is saying. So that is the second half of the verse. Asha shatikasya padaravindam. Aravinda is lotus. So it has fragrance. So let me keep meditating upon Parameshwara. This is the idea. So the mind has been personified as a box, and he wants to put the lotus, okay, in the form of the feet of Parameshwara in it, so that the box becomes fragrant. Now the first half of the verse is far more interesting. Okay? There are several things which have been alluded there. He says that this peti become fragrant. So for it to become fragrant, so there is an understanding that it is not fragrant. Okay? That is already known. So there is a lot of mala there. Okay. So there is a lot of mala which is there in the chetaf peti. Okay. That mala has to be driven away. Okay. This durgandha has to go by having the sugandha of the padaravinda of Parameshwara. So this is the idea. So what is it that initially created this durgandha in the chetaf peti? So that is what is described in the first half of the verse. Okay. So there he says, Asha pasha klesha dhruvasanadi bhedodyuktaihi divyagandhaihi amandaihi. Amandaihi divyagandhaihi. That is what is very important. So amandaihi, so this padaravinda gandha should be in abundant measure. So suppose this room has been closed for a long time, assume. In villages, etc., so there used to be some special room for storing things. Rats will also be there. Okay. Suppose you go out for 10 days and then you come back. So you open the room, you have the smell of rat. So by taking one agarbatti, nothing will go. Amandaihi divyagandhaihi. So you have to use some box, okay, to spray, so that at least you can enter the room, right? So that is what he is trying to say. Amandaihi divyagandhaihi. Okay. Amandaihi means not in limited measure. So the amount of durvasana, see, that has got stored in the box, see, is of a huge measure. So this asha shatika, okay, so asha shatikasya padaravindam, that has special fragrance which is unlimited. So if you keep on meditating upon him, slowly you will be able to eradicate the durvasanas that have been accumulated by you. So this is the idea that he wants to convey very beautifully. Now this word asha that is there in the first half of the verse refers to, see, so the various kinds of desires that preoccupy our mind. See, so asha is used in the sense of hope. Asha is used in the sense of desire. Asha is also used in the sense of greed. Okay, so there are various connotations to the word asha. So depending upon the context, if 2-3 words are used, so you may have to give appropriate meaning to the word asha. Here you can take it to either refer to a hope, desire, greed, whatever it is. They are in unlimited measure in us. So hope we will for the moment leave, that is okay. So the desires and the greed that this person has, in fact, somebody was telling me recently that, see, one of my students also, so he said that his sister wanted some share in the property, so he went to the court and then lawyer, so all that was done. So then once again, so not only the property, so but jewels, etc., etc. That is second level. Whatever the mother is wearing, right away you give me, even if mother is alive. So that is the second level. In the third level, that student was saying, not only that is sufficient, all the assets in the house, whether it is table, chair, etc., you have to evaluate them, and the share of that also has to come to me. So she is pestering. Unfortunately, this boy was sharing with me all that. See, it does not allow this fellow to engage in studies. So much of time is gone. So this is one level. Okay. The second level of asha I have seen. So there is greed. So you give enough money, so with which enough, not only for you, for even for next generation. Very rich people, I know. They give a share. Okay. But then this greed, it does not allow them to keep quiet. So that company, this company, this company, you have some 10 companies, why? Okay. Even then I have seen these cases. Many people have shared with me intimately. So why am I saying this? That is how Bhagavad Pada, he says, asha, pasha. The word pasha essentially means something which binds you. It endlessly binds you. This pasha will try to make you lose all the friendship that you have, all the goodwill that you have, all the reasonable relations that you have been having. So all that will be severed. This will tie you. Okay? This will tie you into a prison where you cannot escape out. See? So that is what is being indicated here as asha, pasha, asha eva pasha, or asha pasha eva. This can be taken as upamana uttarapada. Okay? Upamana uttarapada karmadhare. Asha pasha, asha pasha eva. Just binds you. Asha, pasha. Then you have the word klesha. Klesha means it refers to a certain state where you undergo a sort of sorrow in your mind. Okay? You are not happy. So this is what is klesha. Trouble, you can just say. So it is a troubled mind. Now, klishyante aneneti kleshaha. That is how you have to understand the word. Word simply klesha means klishyante anena. Okay? Anena can refer to one thing or many things. Okay? So, klishyante means by which you are troubled. So, this is how the word klesha has to be understood. Whatever it can be, the set can be 1, the set can be 5, the set can be 10. Whatever troubles you is what is referred to as klesha. Now this klesha has been broadly divided into 5 categories in Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra, in the second chapter, we have a sutra which lists 5 things. Okay? Avidyas, repeat. Avidyasmita.
Avidyasmita. Avidyasmita.
Ragadveshabhiniveshaha kleshaha.
Ragadveshabhiniveshaha
kleshaha. Ragadveshabhiniveshaha kleshaha. This occurs in the second la. I will repeat once more. Avidyasmita ragadveshabhiniveshaha kleshaha.
Avidyasmita
ragadveshabhiniveshaha kleshaha. Avidyasmita ragadveshabhiniveshaha kleshaha. Now I will briefly explain them. Before that, so if you look at the first phrase that is there in the verse, Asha Pasha Klesha Durvasanari Bhedodyuktaihi. So this is what the phrase is. Now this Asha Pasha and Klesha are described as Durvasanas. Understand? So Teyeva Durvasanaha. Durvasanaha means the foul smell. Okay. The stinking smell that you have in the Chetaf Peti is generated by Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Abhinivesha. Okay. So this is what is referred by the word Klesha. First is a general description, Asha Pasha. So the next set is a set of 5 as nicely listed in Yoga Sutra. Now what is Avidya? So this Avidya basically, so all the 5 are actually nicely described in the Yoga Sutra itself. I will very quickly read them. See Anitya Shuchi Dukkha Anatmasu Nitya Shuchi Sukhat Makhyatihi Avidya. Okay. So Avidya is basically ignorance. So whatever is Anitya, you feel like Nitya. This is what I told you. So this person who has been fighting for chair and table. Okay. So having been given the ownership of 10 companies, is fighting for 2 more companies. So what is Nitya there? Are you Nitya? Is the profit going to be generated by the company Nitya? So this is not this. This bhavana is, this is what is avidya. This anitya is taken as nitya. Ashuchi is taken as shuchi. And anatma is taken as atma. See, this anatma, see, this sharira itself is an atma. So something small, so you want the sharira to look different, right? So you keep on applying various things to sharira. This just has to be maintained, right? The sharira has to be maintained for a higher purpose. So how it looks, how does it matter? So you have to make the heart beautiful. Instead of that, you want to make the face beautiful, leg beautiful, hand beautiful. Is it really worth enough spending time on that? And various other things beautiful. Recently I was in a wedding, so I was looking at certain things. So much fed up with this saree, that saree, this matching, that matching. So they spend hours, days. This is what I was told anyway. So now, and not only that, not only matching for you, but everybody else has to be like that. This is what I was told. So I want to purchase like this, therefore I want you to purchase like this, and I want everybody else to purchase like this. I was told. Anyway, I didn't interfere in any of them. It just came to my ears, so I thought I'd just share. So, Anitya, Ashuchi, Anatmasu. Okay? Nitya, Shuchi, Atma Bhavana. This is Avidya. Avidya. Then Asmita. Asmita. This Asmita is basically a very interesting phrase. In simple terms, you can understand it to be this Aham Bhavana and Mama Bhavana. Ahanta and Mamata. Okay? This is what is referred to as Asmita. This Ahanta and Mamata, so you can understand this to be, see this Ahanta is, suppose you acquire a certain position. So then, by virtue of that position, a certain arrogance gets grown in you. By virtue of possessing some knowledge, some arrogance grows in you. So by virtue of being somebody in the family, some arrogance grows in you. By virtue of being somebody in the committee, arrogance grows in you. These are all examples of Asmita. Ahamasmi, Ahamasmi, Ahamasmi. Okay? This Bhavana, this is what is called Asmita. Okay? So Asmita. So this is a klesha, in fact. This is a klesha not only for you, it is a klesha for all others around you. Okay? Because you will exhibit a certain characteristic which is not only going to be hurting you, it will be hurting others. Okay? So this has to be completely dropped. So this is a klesha. That is why avidya asmita. Okay? So this is what is asmita. In fact, if you carefully probe into any of these things that you possess, okay? So whether it is power, whether it is money, whether it is position, whether it is vidya, it is all something which is given to you. There may be many others who are qualified who didn't get this. So what is there for you to feel that I am superior to you? And even if it is sheer brilliance that you possess, let us assume, it is given to you. Suppose somebody wants to become brilliant, can he become? So if that were there, see, it is all given to you ultimately. Okay. So the smriti or connecting various things. So you should just, the moment you receive all of them, you should just say, Ishvara, it is a great blessing that has been endowed to me in this Sharira for a certain period of time. Simple, over. Where is the source of Asmita? There. That is what is true. It is not a bhavana, it is a reality. You have to just wake up to that reality. Okay. So, avidya asmita. Okay. So, then we have raga dvesha. Then he uses the word abhinivesha. So, raga dvesha, abhinivesha. So, raga dvesha most of us understand. I just explain the word abhinivesha. This abhinivesha, so we can easily understand. I'll give you a simple example with a small child. Suppose you have given an iPad or a mobile for the child to play video game. Okay. So you try to grab from the child. He will never give. You understand? So in a vyartha activity, in an activity which is futile, so there is such a strong engagement. This is what is abhinivesha. Understand? Vyartheshu karmasu agraha. I will achieve this. This is what is abhinivesha, essentially. Vyartha karmani idam sadhayami iti agraha. I have possessed this. So this is what it is, abhinivesha. So this is one of the kleshas. This will be there at various levels for various people. If for a child it can be something. For some people I know, if this abhinivesha will be there in playing cards. I have seen every day some 3 hours I have to spend. I have seen some people like that. If they didn't go there, there is a problem. If for some people it may be in certain other addictions. It is an abhinivesha, vyartha karma. Not only vyartha karma, it is a karma which will spoil you. There will be agraha, okay? A certain impulse to do that, not to drop that. So this is what is called abhinivesha. So avidya, smita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, klesha. So this is what he is referring to, Bhagavad Pada here. Asha, pasha, klesha, durvasanadi. This is, the set is what is called durvasana here. So where does it generate this stinking smell? In the box of my own mind. Okay, all these. Now he says, Bheda udyuktaihi divya gandhaihi amandaihi. A beautiful phrase. Bheda here means bhedanam. Okay, driving it away, trashing it. So this is what is called bhedanam. So these durvasanas are essentially the bad samskaras that we have. The bad samskaras that we have is what is referred to as durvasana. Okay? So these things generate a certain bad samskara, and it is a continuous loop into which you are stuck. So for you to escape out of this bad smell, so he says, may you bring the Padaravinda of Parameshwara. So the Padaravinda of Parameshwara will drive away this foul smell. See, Bheda Udyuktaihi Divya Gandhaihi. This is a divine smell. Okay? And this smell will be in abundant measure. Okay? Divya Gandhaihi Amandaihi. So if it is not sufficient, once more bring it. So this Padaravinda has to be repeatedly brought. Okay? So that is why this great texts have been composed for us. So you have to just keep refreshing. See, people say, so I have been staying in my room, I have to go and take some fresh air. You take this fresh air inside. Not only fresh air, fragrant air. Okay. So divya gandhaihi ramandaihi amandaihi divya gandhaihi chetaf petim vasitam me tanotu. Asha pasha klesha durvasanadi bheda udyukta. Udyukta means this. The moment you bring this, see, they are ready to drive away. See, that earlier smell cannot stay back. Udyukta means ready to drive. Bhedodyuktaihi divyagandhaihi ramandaihi asha shatikasya padaravindam chetaf petim vasitam me tanotu. Read. Asha klesha durvasanadi bhedodyuktaihi divyagandhaihi ramandaihi asha shatikasya padaravindam chetaf petim vasitam me tanotu. Okay, we stop here. Om sarve sukhinas santu, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, akaschit dukha bhavet. Om